I done had enough of niggas fucking games. How you want $1, but ain't tryna change? Man, never been cool, yeah. Never been fans of niggas. Fake love, bad stats, careful what to be standing with. Niggas be paying attention. Don't just be praying and wish. On you to fall, but you lose it all. That's what they be playing against.
Yeah, man. R.O. Hutch, Unfriendly. And yeah, everybody who chose Primo or RZA, give me an example. Give me one record, produced by the producer you chose that supports your choice. In the meantime, man, let's get into this interview with Erica Jones of the E and Friends podcast. And she got a special surprise, too.
What's happening, people? It's your boy Scott for the playlist here on Twin Radio Syndicate. And we being powered by Spreaker right now. Well, I know all my listeners been hearing about my brother LaShawn Jones, and all the great things he's doing on getting back into music management and all that kind of stuff. Well, you know the old saying, behind every great man, there's a greater woman. Well, no exceptions here at all. I got Model E in the building. How you doing today?
Yes. What up, everybody? Thank you. That was a very great introduction.
All true. I guess my first question would be, when couples are together, you automatically want to support your partner, your significant other, and I always saw you as, a huge supporter, like even before we started communicating and everything. When did you not find out, but when did you figure I want to do some things like that for myself?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. Well, for one, I have always been supportive since day one. Even though when I met T.S., Sean, I really didn't know too much about this, about podcasting, about the creative world, or anything like that. For me, I call myself an introvert. I always wanted to stay in the background. So he actually kind of gave me the idea. He kind of put it in my head and said, hey, why don't you do a podcast? And that's how the E and Friends podcast started.
Wow.
It's very important, like how you said, behind every man is a strong woman, and a strong woman should be there. And I can definitely say, I can vouch for myself and say that I am that woman because I support my husband in everything that he do. And he also turns around and shows the same for me.
Well, no, I meant that. Like, that's it. I had been, communicating and, building a relationship with your husband for a long time before, we actually even, communicated, but I still saw you, and you're, doing your thing, so it was always there. Well, we was off the air when we first got on. I was just talking about how, your podcast, they're informative, but you got this, like funny twist on it, too, so it's not too serious, but you're still sharing information. So, was that your goal? That's what you wanted to do, or it kind of worked out that way?
It actually kind of worked out that way. I had to kind of figure out the exact route that I wanted to go. When I first started the E and Friend podcast, and by the way, on the E and Friend podcast, I am Model E. And when I first started the podcast, I was trying to figure out, okay, what can I do? Let me find my niche here. So it started out with me having conversations with my friends. We drink wine, and we just have a lot of fun and just laugh, and we just talk about women things, like relationships, about kids, about sex. We just talk about everything. And I kind of want the conversation to be, not afraid. I want E and Friends podcast to be a table where we can lay out everything. So no conversation is off limit. I want people to be able to express how they feel and also ask questions and also ask embarrassing questions that we all don't want to talk about or we can't talk to our significant other about. So that's the type of platform that I have for E and Friends podcast. And when you say, I put a little different twist on it, that's just me. That's just my personality.
Okay,
games. I like to have fun with people.
Yeah.
Because even when I listen to stuff, I don't like to just hear a boring conversation or just a script. Kind of get off the sidelines, have a sidebar, and just have fun with things. And that's just me. And people know that. And that's the thing. People know that about me now. When they see Model E, they always tell me, well, you never know what Model E is going to say. So I kind of like to keep that mystery.
All right. How long, like from where you could feel it or notice it, how long did it take for people to start respecting you totally as Model E and not just as TS significant other?
Mm-hmm. It didn't take long. I'll say, all right, I've been podcasting for a little over 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, most of my fan base, my audience, is people whom I really don't know. Like everyone on Twitter. Like I have a very big following on Twitter. I do a lot of interactions with people, and they know me by E. They know what E is coming with.
Mm-hmm.
So it really didn't take long. So up until like a year ago, that's where I kind of find my niche, and I'm like, okay, I got it now.
No, I didn't think it took long either. I just was wondering, like, what did you see? Because, I see you doing your thing. I see him doing his thing. Like, I don't see him holding your hand or anything like, in that sense of the word. Okay, let's talk about this new venture you got going on. What's going on with that, and why everybody, and this is not to be funny or anything like that, but in a situation where most people are losing jobs, you're gaining an opportunity. So besides the blessing that is, let's talk about that a little bit.
All right. So with all that's going on now, like you say, people are losing their jobs. Unemployment rate is all high right now, and it is a lot. And I'm sorry that people have to go through this. Like everyone is on stay at home. We were on lockdown. I am ready to get out and go outside. And my podcast, first the podcast, E and Friends, I want to be able to go out and reach more people and talk to more people. I can't do that right now because I love those face-to-face conversations. Now, for the Natural Me, which is my new addition and venture, we have not launched yet, but it will be soon. So Natural Me is a natural company that specializes in steam herbs that you can do within the comfort of your own home. So I have partnered with this company, and I am excited, to be the women's advocate, because I feel like I'm a women's advocate because I'm all about natural, being healthy, because I have been an example of it. With, for instance, let's talk about like contraceptives, birth control pills. For all you women out there, you know that taking birth control pills or any type of contraceptive, it brings something to your body. And I have been on birth control pills ever since my early high school years. It has been a very long time. And up until like 3 years ago, I tried to get off birth control, and my body was so conformed to it to where everything was just out of whack. And I know a lot of women can, they can attest to this. It got out of whack. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what, I want to find something natural that will actually help, my overall body kind of just detox all the bad toxins out, and so I can get on track.
Mm-hmm.
So I started using steam herbs. And there are different types of herbs out there that you can use for different types of issues that you have. And so when I started using the steam herb, I started noticing a difference. So my thing is, I'm not going to sell a product to someone or say something about a service that I don't know anything about. Is there something that's personal to me, is special to me? So I feel that it's something that I should share it along with other women along the way.
So damn, yo, you go from, supportive wife to your own podcast to now you pushing products. First of all, I'm proud of you. But also, like, how do you feel when people like approach you and think that your brand is big enough and has the reputation that they want you to help them push their products?
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you this. I have people on my social media, they all try to get me to be on their podcast, and they keep saying, can I get Model E? You so big now. Can I have you on my show? Like, people really think that I am bigger than what I am, But thank you. I thank you. I'm trying to get there. I'm just trying to spread the word. I'm just trying to make a difference in someone else's life. That's all I'm trying to do.
Well, they say you're going to seem bigger before you feel it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
That's
people always going to assume you got more money, you're doing more than what you're doing, and everything before you realize all that stuff they think you have or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like any other like desires, like any other things that like are coming or that you want to do that you haven't done yet?
No, right now I am satisfied with this because I didn't even thought about ever being a podcaster or doing anything within the front line. Never thought of it. So once I did that, and I had help from Sean. He actually pushed me. And he's hard. I'm telling you, he's very hard on me. It may not seem like that, but he's very hard on me. But I thank him for that.
No, let me stop you right there. No, you're right. Like, Sean, look, that dude is a rock to have in your corner.
Mm-hmm.
But he not like a pushover. Like, if you're going to do something, like, do it. And he'll be the first to tell you it's trash, the first to tell you, like, that you half-assing it. And this, that, and the other. So, I just wanted to, like, echo that. Like, that's my guy. Like, he tell me all the time, I'm my brother's keeper, but he going to give it to you the real. Like.
Yeah, and I thank him for that. Yeah, so I think that's how I came this far, because I had him to actually push me. And, he wanted to keep me within the business and everything, and I'm blessed, and I appreciate him for doing that. And now I actually love it, and I'm finding my way. I'm finding something that would be for me,
How did the boys react to it, especially Lil Sean, because he was a baby, but he saw like his daddy like rapping and some more stuff. So I got just kind of used to him. How do they react to like you?
You know what? Our boys, they're like old men. Like, if you sit down and talk to them and let them know what's going on, then they're all for it. Like the baby, he's 4 years old. And every time he see me pull out the microphone, he's like, Mama, you got a podcast? I said, yeah, baby, I have a podcast. So they know the routine. They know what's going on. So it's exciting.
That's so dope. And like, she ain't lying, man. I stayed in Lil Sean's room. Sean was like, yo, you gonna be here for a minute? I said, yeah, just for the night. He was like, all right, yo, you can stay in my room. Like, he had to let me know. He was the one who okayed that. So y'all know. Lil Sean the boss.
Yeah, and it seemed like he's been around so long.
Yeah. Good kid though. Good kid. Vaughn too, but he's a baby. I need to get a chance to meet him.
Yeah.
It was one thing you said earlier and it resonated with me. You said, you know what? I'm happy with what I'm doing. And I want everybody listening to hear that. You don't have to do 1,000 things if that's not what you do. Like, you don't have to, try to be busier than the next man and the next woman. Hear this woman talking about she found her thing, she found something she loved, she got something else as